Welcome to Pamunugama, the village where the land breathes with the rhythm of water, and where every sunrise carries stories from centuries ago. For centuries, Pamunugama was home to fishing families who depended on the lagoon's daily gifts: fish, prawns, and crabs. Centuries ago. At sunrise, the old canoes on the sand recall an era of wooden boats and hand-woven nets. Even in the recent history of Pamunugama, at sunrise, the old canoes on the sand recall an era of wooden boats and hand-woven nets.
Boats or canoes, carved from single tree trunks, glided across the lagoon to sea for days fishing. Coconut groves grew naturally in the sandy soil, giving the villagers timber, rope fibre, and oil. These early communities lived in harmony with the environment. Their lives followed the rhythm of the tides. Nets were cast by hand. Agriculture flourished in the pockets of high ground. This was village life in its simplest, purest form. Lived in harmony with the environment. Their lives followed the rhythm of the tides. The elders of the village share a gentle story about how Pamunugama first earned its name. They speak of an old Tamil word, parapu, meaning a tiny plot of land about 10 perches in size. Long ago, these small parapu plots were scattered across the area, each just enough for a simple home, a few coconut trees, and a small garden for daily living. Over time, the landscape of these parapu lands came together. Pamu or Pamunu, describing these little plots, and Gama meaning village, and so the place became known as Pamunugama, the village of many small homestead plots spread gently across the land. Though small in number, these plots were scattered across the whole area, little homesteads dotting the coastal landscape. But today, the village carries a different look. Across Pamunugama, broad coconut lands stretch quietly toward the horizon, a peaceful contrast to the humble parapu plots of the past. On these tiny plots stood simple cottages, a sandy footpath, and a little garden where fishing families grew only what they needed: a curry leaf tree bending in the wind, a few chilies glowing in the sun, herbs picked fresh for the day's meal. Local traditions also recall a deeper past, a time when an ancient king may have granted a large stretch of land here, a royal sanasa, awarded to the regional chieftain. From that gift, the land was slowly divided, each small portion becoming a home for new families. Over the centuries, those early parapu cottages slowly gave way to the broader coconut estates we see today. But some signs of the old landscape still remain. Cinnamon once grew widely in this region, and even now, a large cinnamon tree stands proudly inside the eco-rich villa premises. If you visit Eco-Rich Villa, you can enjoy a warm cup of cinnamon tea, a gentle reminder of Sri Lanka's ancient spice heritage, still alive in Pamunugama. In this village, the old and the new meet softly, the memory of small beginnings resting beneath the tall, whispering coconut and cinnamon trees. Running quietly through the region is the historic Dutch Canal, a reminder of the time when the Dutch reshaped Sri Lanka's waterways. They straightened the canal, strengthened its banks, and used it as a fast route for moving cinnamon and goods to Colombo to export to Europe. Even today, the canal flows past Pamunugama, carrying the memory of centuries-old engineering and the legacy of the island's colonial past. During your visit to Pamunugama, you will also have the chance to travel along the historic Dutch Canal. A gentle boat ride will take you toward the Mutharajawela wetland, a sanctuary of mangrove forests, waterbirds, and untouched natural beauty. It is one of the best ways to experience the living landscape that surrounds Pamunugama village. From a logistical and transport point of view, Pamunugama holds an important place today. Its proximity to Colombo, the capital of Sri Lanka, has reshaped the entire area. Pamunugama lies just minutes from the Bandaranaike International Airport, the main gateway to the country, and it is equally close to the Colombo harbour. These connections have transformed the village and its surroundings into a fast-growing zone, a tourism hub. a centre for small and medium-scale industries, and a landscape filled with warehouses and container yards supporting regional trade. But Pamunugama's rise in tourism isn't only due to its closeness to Colombo. It sits at a key junction of Sri Lanka's modern radial road network. From here, travellers can easily enter the expressways leading to historic Gale, the beaches of Marissa, and the wildlife safaris of Yala. To the north and east, the routes open toward the most ancient capitals, Anuradhapura and Polonnaruwa, and onward to the world-famous Sigiriya rock fortress. Wildlife regions such as Habarana and Wilpatu also connect naturally through this network. Pamunugama is equally well linked to the hill country. The road to Ella winds through the sacred city of Kandy, the last kingdom to fall before British rule, then climbs through misty tea plantations to Nuwara Eliya, the cool highland retreat proudly known as Little England. With such access to Sri Lanka's major cultural, historical, and natural attractions, Pamunugama has become not just a coastal village, but a convenient gateway into the entire tourism map of the island. After landing at Sri Lanka's international airport, begin your journey in the calm and charm of Pamunugama. Stay a few nights at Eco-Rich Villa, where the coconut breeze meets the ocean air. With Eco-Rich Villa's airport pickup service, your Sri Lankan experience begins the moment you arrive. Thank you for watching this story of Pamunugama, where ancient roots, coastal life, and new horizons come together. May your travels begin with calm, comfort, and the warm welcome of this special village.